Hello, my beautifuls. I hope you are well. I am so sorry I'm late. I was toileting my dogs and one of them just was taking forever. I am so sorry, but I can't really make the dog not go. Welcome to 1111 True Crime. I'm Mama D. I'm so happy to be here with you and I am so grateful that you stayed. Sorry for the delay. There was toileting my dogs and let me shut that off. Anyway, I'm so happy that we're together. We're going to be talking about Sebastian ROGERS today. Again, if I didn't say it, welcome to 1111 True Crime. I'm Mama D. Let's get into it, and thank you for waiting. Hello to all my beautiful mods and everyone. We have quite a large group here. I can't say hello to everyone, and I don't want to delay. But I have some questions, and so do you when it comes to Sebastian ROGERS' case. Now, if you're not familiar, let me bring you up to speed. A little drink of water, or tea, actually. He was 15 years old on February 26th last year of 2024. He was not in his bed in the morning when his mother went to wake him up. Wasn't there. So, some people believe he ran away. Now, I'm not one of those people, and maybe you're not either, but let's talk about that for just a minute. Best case scenario here was Sebastian ROGERS, who happens to be autistic. The best case scenario is that he did run away. And that's horrible to think about, but that to me is probably the truth. And in that scenario, we've all known someone that ran away. Maybe we ran away as a kid. Somebody ran away. And they usually came back home. And what kind of psychological damage would there be if you're the one that did and you're a kid and you have autism and you return home and mommy left, like moved away? I don't even know how to process that. So I'm here to hear you, your side. What are your thoughts? How do you feel? Knowing that Sebastian's mother, after 3 weeks of him being reported, packed her things and left completely. Not just the house, but the state. Yep. She went out of state to Mississippi, leaving from Tennessee, which that's where Sebastian is missing from, Hendersonville, Tennessee. She went ahead and went on the road with her husband and was not home, even if Sebastian would have returned. And then, did you catch that latest interview? If you didn't, I'll give you a little memory of it. Okay? So my impression was she was about to talk about Sebastian's age and how he had just turned 16. And the mother said he would have. And then she stopped and she paused. And she said, he turned 16. He should be home for that. So let's back up. He would have. That's pretty strong words. You give an interview once a year, they're very short, and you make big blunders like that. She doesn't look like she's living her best life. There's some health deterioration going on, if you ask me. Now, I'm not a doctor. Hey, Viv, how are you? You said, no way, not if there was any way they might return home. Exactly. Think of the people that have done that. I made a little list for us, and I even want to add on to it. The McCanns left after Maddie McCann went missing. They left the place they were staying at. How interesting. Lori Vallow also makes that list, right? She wasn't looking for JJ and Tyler. She was out partying it up. She was out doing whatever she wanted. Megan Boswell, while Evelyn lay deceased in the shed, upside down. Yeah, she moved. Candace Bly Wells moved off of Ben Hill Road. Casey Anthony So they all moved away from the home of their missing child right away. And so did Sebastian's mother. And how would that feel emotionally if it is, like I said, best case scenario? I don't think it's a scenario. But let's say Sebastian did take off on his own. He has no way back. He comes home and realizes his mom didn't even give a crap to stay put in case he needed in. She's made it clear he can't get in the house without her. He has to have a key, so he has nowhere. What? Wow. What does that say about Sebastian's mom? It's like she is erasing everything Ocean Deep says. Zaxxon, thank you so much again for the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so incredibly much. I appreciate that. Davy Jones, the mother knows exactly what happened, in your opinion. That's why CP gets so much airtime. I mean, boom. You're 1,000% right. You're 1,000% right. Martini Lady, I would have been searching everywhere in a frantic state. Remember how she said she searched and she used the words, mind you? This all happened in 3 minutes flat. And you never called the father, the real father, in 3 minutes to see if the kid, who that was the one place he knew where to go, even if trouble had come up, the kid could have went there. We didn't know. And then, I don't care. I don't care. I would just have so many suspicions of another parent. Even if they didn't do it, I'd have suspicions of everyone. I'd be like, did you do something with my son? I don't know. Adele Bertrand says, someone gave me a membership and I am so extremely thankful. Woot, a truly special thing to do. I really, hand on heart, appreciate it. Aw, hand on heart, thank you. Well, bless you, thank you. It's like she is erasing everything. I agree with you, Ocean. I agree. And by the way, belated happy birthday. I found out Ocean Deep had a birthday yesterday. Hi, Phil Hessler. Ocean Deep says, right guilty face she's got. Joanne Carter, some mothers wait years and years into their old age. That's what I would do. Wait and wait after searching. Audrey H. says, all too suspicious as a mother to not be roaming the streets all day and night. I agree. Good evening, Sharon. You love the background? Thank you. Yeah, I switched up, needed something different, a little bit more springy. Hey, Zaxxon, you're never late. You know that. I feel it's a matter of time. And I think she's hearing that clock on the wall. Right? And I think it'll all come out. I really, really do. I pray. I pray Sebastian's okay. Maggie, what happened to him? We don't know. He's missing. So, for those of you that are still new to Sebastian Rogers' case, the mom and him went out that day and had the best day ever. And then they went home that night, and she alleges that at 9 o'clock, he said goodnight to the puppies, and good night, I love you, Mom. And then he went to bed. She never even says, I said, I love you too. Nothing. Just he said goodnight, Mom, I love you. Now, she's claiming that she was studying for 3 hours for an online course for work or something, while she's on the phone to her husband, who can't be in the home at the time. And I don't know why. We don't know why. But Sebastian and his daughter, so this would be Sebastian's stepfather, and the stepfather's daughter, Sebastian, the stepdaughter, the stepdad's decided he and them two cannot be in the house together. Not even with people there. They are not to be under the same roof. Have no idea why. However, she's on the phone for 3 hours with him till just about midnight when he tells her, wake up and go to bed. Okay? Now, she claimed at about 10 o'clock at night she heard a thud. That's the word she uses, not me. A thud. She says later in another interview, because she added on, like the thud wasn't in the first interview. It was a few interviews later, she finally now tells us about a thud. Then a few interviews later, she qualifies the thud. So it was like she was learning from the internet as she went, where she could insert something. It's as if, right? So by the time she gets to this next this one interview, and they ask her about the thud, she now says she yelled out and said, "Are you okay in there?" Or "What's going on in there?" She didn't even have concern for him, even though he does have a medical condition that a thud should make you hypersensitive, because he has a chromosome deletion, which any damage to the head could kill him. But yet she hears the thud and she says, "What is going on in there?" He says, "Nothing, Mommy." And she says, "I don't care what you're going," or no, I've got it all wrong. She said, "I don't care what you're doing in there, go to sleep." Depends on what interview she has, you know? You feel me? It is super sush, Carolyn. Carolyn Prestige is like, "Suspicious." Penny, how are you? They may as well face up for judgment on earth, because God will deliver his judgment, in my opinion. Thank you, dear. Casey, even in Sebastian's baby years, I saw nothing warm or of a motherly love in those pics of his 1 year missing. She's cold, calculated, and removed, in my opinion. It's very strange. Ocean Deep 24 says, I think Sebastian was threatening to tell someone something he knew, in my opinion. And the stepdad had court case coming up that was reflected of custody regarding his own child, his daughter, who at the same time, all of a sudden can't be under the same roof with Sebastian. And then Sebastian goes missing. Adele Bertrand says, a thud would send me running to that bedroom to check was all okay. Knock it off, Bubba. Right, Casey? Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. So we got to keep going. Because then it was later interviews. Then she adds, knock it off, Bubba. I forgot about that. It's like I would watch the first interview, the second one, third, fourth, fifth. And the thing is the story was embellished every time a little bit weirder, a little stranger. Sharon Greenhorn says, what's going on with some mothers in this world? It's disgraceful. Oh, you're talking about the stepdad. Now, the stepdad did an interview. And he indeed, for those of you, there's a few out there, just a couple, that are like, I don't know why you show those pictures that look like scratches on his arm, because he didn't have them during the interview. I checked. Yes, he did, and he fully admitted it in an interview, justifying that those scratches, he said, were from his little dogs. So yes, the scratches are there. It's not something that creators have done and added. No. Those were literal screenshots of the interview at the time. They're in the original shot. If you're not seeing the scratches, you might have a phone that pixelates. Or maybe you're looking so tiny. But when you look on a regular computer screen, a 19 by 20 or 1920 by 1080, you see the scratches. And he said they were there. Now, a lot of people feel those scratches look very much human. Like, very much. And some feel that those are bites. Others feel that they're fingernail marks in the stepdad's arm. And they waited for a long time before they did that first interview. Andrea says my daughter is basically an adult and I'd still go check on her. Deep scratches. Adele says the marks in his arm definitely look like bite marks in my opinion. Sharon says my boy is 33 and I still go check. Now, if I hear thud, I'm going to ask what's going on in there. I'm going to say, are you okay? Then I'm going to ask what happened. And I might still go, even if they're like, I dropped my book. You know, I might still go check if it was a really serious thud to see if they broke something and they don't want to tell me about it. Casey says, I call BS. Those aren't the doggies. Nada. Oh, Jennifer Swain says, in my opinion, she had to make a choice. Sebastian or her husband. Because they knew. Wait. I gotta slow it down. Chest flame. Sebastian and her husband. Because they were not allowed to live in the same house with the daughter. I could see that. If you're paying the bills and your own kid can't live there, there's going to be upheaval. Especially if you're fighting to get, even if you're not going to get it, but you want custody. Nina Malone says, my son is 26. I ring every night to make sure he's home. Prime Candy, what excuse did he give to the police in regards to those scratches? I have no idea. It was winter. All he had to do was put on a sweater, maybe. I have no idea. Lisa C., I think it may have been 14 days before they did their first interview with local media, but on the first day, media showed up and the stepfather told them to get off the lawn and not film this house. I didn't know all that. I thought it was 8 days. I could be wrong. The mother seems the type to choose a man over her child, in my opinion, says Andrea. Well, oh, the tattoo. Vicky. Oh my God. Is that not strange? The heart is not complete. So the mother just got a tattoo for the anniversary of Sebastian Rogers' disappearance. So it'd be a year. But also his birthday just happened not too long ago. All right. So she gets a green tattoo of an outline of a heart. But the heart has a break in it. And then there's this line over it like a stitch. Broken heart. Mended heart. Mended? Is it an I'm sorry tattoo? I mean, initially, do you remember when the father, the real father, didn't accuse, said he believed, in his opinion, that the mother had OD'd the child to make him go to sleep and overgiven? That's powerful for one parent to feel that. Kim French, welcome back. It was stated at the command center there was a black sedan seen, and it was not a stranger that Sebastian left with. It was never said at the command center that it was not a stranger that Sebastian left with. Not that I know of. Casey, what mother would skip their only child at that's community vigil? Wild horses couldn't drag me away. All the signs are there, and it's sickening. Thank you, Casey. Cross in the heart, almost like a passing over. Lisa C., but this is his 5th marriage, and none of the other wives had anything nice to say. You get a gold star because you're right. Celine Dixon, if you put someone in a headlock, the arm closest to the face would have the bite marks on the outer arm, will have fingernail marks. I think that's what it looks like, in my opinion. I could see that. A guilty heart, says Debbie. Oh, we got to do the poll. The poll, the poll, the poll. Thank you, Zoe. She always reminds me. Thank gosh. All right, we have 113 votes. Let's try to get it up to about 150. Here we go. Here's your question. Now, if you're on replay, you can still do the poll. If you do an A, then you are voting yes. Okay, let's get the question out there. A mom moves away the first year while the child is missing. Do you feel she is involved or knows more? So the mom moves away within the first year of a child missing. Do you feel she's involved or knows more? A. So if you're like A, this is your answer. Yes, she knows child won't return. B. No, she knows child will call her. C. Seems sus enough to ask more. And D. I'm unsure what to think. So right now what we have, we've got 117 votes. Keep getting your votes in there. We've got 1% of you felt out of 117 votes that no, she knows that Sebastian would call her. You know that the kid would call. But then we've got 7% of you don't know what to think. 8% of you think it seems sus enough to look into it a lot deeper, ask more questions. And a whopping huge 84% of you said, yeah, she knows the child won't return. Yeah, 84%. Wow. Okay, go ahead, get your votes in. I'll let it run for a few more minutes. We'll try to remember to come back to it to close it off. But if I can get the votes up to 150, we'll close the poll, and that way we can find out a little bit more of what people think. That's crazy. Like 84% of people think she knows that Sebastian was never coming home. Sharon says, I love the truth train. Well, thank you, lovely. Lisa C. says, I looked it up online. The neighbor that lives directly behind them, right after this happened, hid their house on Google Maps. Well, I might too, just because I don't want everybody looking at my place. You love the truth chain too? A says reserved glitchin'. Hello, lovely. That's incredible. It's 83% right now, but still. I always learn so much on these polls what the general is, because it's always, I try to make it to where I get both sides of the coin, you know, like I feel it, but I don't know. I'm unsure completely. Yes or no, you know, I try to make it like that. And to see it so heavily put on, yes, she knows the child won't return. I wish I would have asked, do you feel that there'll be justice for Sebastian? Do you think the truth will come out? Because that, to me, would be good to know. But that whole thing on the birthday thing where he would have been and then she stopped, for a mother to say that about a kid, he would have been this, talking about a birthday, he would have. That's crazy. That really sets off with me. Teamed up with the mother moving. Those are the two biggest moments right there. I mean, I can see why Katie doesn't give interviews, because she gives away so much in an interview. He would have been. Wow. Jennifer Swain, thank you so incredibly much for the $50 snooper chat. That means the world to me. Thank you very, very much. You love the polls, Ocean Deep? I'm trying to catch chat. Okay. Let me see here. There it is. I had it up for a second and then I accidentally clicked off when I was trying to scroll. Andrea says, oh, forgive me, I got a bunch of barking puppies here. I'll just talk over them. Anyone else? Well, let me see if I can get them quiet. I know somebody's walking. It's really nice out by us. We live by a park. Anyone else see Deception Detective cover this case enthralling? I'll have to watch more of that. I've only watched a couple. Boys, come here. I've only watched a couple episodes of that. I've seen a lot of his work, but I haven't seen a lot on Sebastian. I'll have to do more. I'll have to watch more. Hi, Jackson, Mississippi. Are you my boy? Urban Tales says, if my child was missing, I would not move away. Sharon Greenhorn asks the biggest red flag, right? Who moves away if your son is missing? Prawn Candy says, sorry to be ignorant, but are the police looking into these people? Are they still looking for this poor boy? I don't hear of any searches at this time. I haven't. But they did just do a vigil, and they are keeping his name out there. And there are private investigators and the police and all this. TBI, Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. God help us all, right? So anyway, on the father's side, his investigators includes Dog the Bounty Hunter. And they put out a list of locations that they felt were of interest that maybe Sebastian could be at. One of those locations I go to on a regular basis, and I have nothing to report. Nothing. I promise you. If I saw something, I would have already turned it in, and I wouldn't even bring it up. I'm just telling you, it's clear. I've been going there for now 2 or 3 months, 2 months, about 2 months, 8 weeks. I've seen nothing. Absolutely nothing. I wish, I pray. I'm always like, what would I say if I saw him? First thing I know I would do is say his name to see if the child responded. And I'd be filming when I did it, not on a potato film. Then, at that moment, I would dial 911. That's what I've already decided. But I haven't ever even seen anybody to yell the name to. So, I don't know. Oh, Debbie H. says, I wouldn't even move if my dog went missing. That's weird you'd say that. My sister lost her cat and refused to move until the cat came home. Thank God the cat came home because she had to go and move to a new place. But she like it stopped her world. Lisa C. says the neighbor that lives directly behind them also put their house on the market shortly after, but then removed it. Ocean Deep says, yes, it's clear the mom could not get away quick enough. And then when she went on Nancy Grace, she talked about how the only lights in that yard were her garden lights. And then we found out through footage that now we have that her big giant garage lights were shining on the outside. Lisa C., but there was additional photos added to the new listing on Zillow. Thank you, Lisa. Ocean Deep says it makes it much worse that he is autistic. I'm hoping he will be found. Me too. I pray all the time for Sebastian. I think of him like a cousin. I'm not related. I never met the kid. But in my heart, I'm always like, I'm going to keep an open eye out for him everywhere I go. Always. And a lot of that is with Summer, too, because both of them have family, allegedly, which with Summer, it's a fact, in my area that people have been suspicious that they could have used that area. So I'm definitely always on the eye open. But right now, I can honestly say it's interesting because this is what's really got me. So the location that Summer Wells's family member that was always suspicious and that Grandma Grandis went to see in Wisconsin is in the exact same town that they have listed for Sebastian ROGERS on the list with the father's PI and Dog the Bounty Hunter. It's the same town for both, and they're both missing from Tennessee. Now, that property of Summer Wells's relative is of an SO, a sexual, an RSO, registered. And they're scary. I've been outside the home, on the road, and I was doing a live, and I was like just stalking a little bit, basically, to see if there was anything suspicious, because I want to know where Summer is. And, yeah, they came out of their house and got in their van, two of them, 2 males, and floored it because they heard my car door. So I had to go. Like, I will not ever go back that direction. I was nervous. I had shut my live off, and I went down that road, trying to make it all dusty because it's dirt road. And it's so weird that that's the same town for both. I don't know if it has anything to do with it. Casey says the house haunted her to the point she left, in my opinion. I would imagine Karma travels and is riding shotgun with them. I think that's a good note to leave it on. What do you guys think? I love you guys. All right, you guys, let's get our music going. I appreciate you and the time that you spend with me. I hope that everything goes well. I pray. Oh, Lord, I pray that Sebastian is found safe and sound. I love you guys. Let me get this turned on. We'll end with me just saying goodnight to everybody. Now, if you are looking for a little pick-me-up message in the morning, you can come over to my second channel, which is Mama D and Family, and hopefully I'll be able to lift your spirits. If not, maybe the chat will. It's filled with all your beautiful friends that are usually over here. Jump on over there, and they have a good morning while I just pull some cards and share the good news. I love you guys so much. Truly, truly appreciate you. Thank you all. Thank you, Zoe, Jennifer Swain, Rach, Debbie Gazzardo. Thank you, Zaxxon, Urban Tales, Audrey, Precious, Neen Malone, Prime Candy, Adele. Good night, everybody. Let's see, where's my button? Good night, Martini Lady.